welcome to the League of Extraordinary Negroes. We are back again with a podcast dedicated to nerdiness in all forms and how our love for this culture intersects with our experience as Black people. This intersection is home to our love of character and story and diversity and creativity. We're so excited to be on this journey with you. We hope to create a community for all blurs and nerds in general. We hope to add to the culture by discussing all things nerd from an Afrofuturist mindset. We want to discuss our love of all nerd culture in a way that assumes Black people and all people of color belong, are valued, and add depth to the stories being told. Join us no matter where your nerd love takes you. Today, we'll be discussing the Marvel Universe, the beginning. We'll call it the beginnings. But in the future, we'll be talking all things Star Wars, Star Trek, board and video games, TV, movies, moments, and mystery in the culture with as much coolness as we can muster. All right, gang. Today, we're going to kick off our show talking about the debate. Did we all watch?
Yes.
Yes, we did. Did everyone get a little
did you
warmer?
watch it? Did you watch it, Marcus?
I watched it in its entirety and under duress.
Yes.
I noticed when in Crystal's opening, I noticed your subtitle.
They're eating the dogs. The Scoopy snacks.
Literally.
Those Spaniel Snickers.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Listen.
It's upsetting.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yes. So I did. I'm gonna be very transparent. Like, I'm not a huge Kamala fan. I'm happy that she's running. I think, the world would be worse if it wasn't her, but I'm also thinking it'll only be marginally better because it is her. But I do believe she did a very good job. And yes. I mean, even just like, have you guys seen the replays of her like walking over to him to like shake his hand and he's all like grumpy, like big babyish with it?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My first thoughts when I saw that was not the laws of power, but there's like a power dynamic in every interaction.
Yeah, you actually want to be on the side Trump was on.
And crosses the side to the Republican podium to shake his hand, and he kind of barely even, goes to shake her at all. And then she shakes it and looks him in the eye and said, "Good luck today." It was just like, oh. I honestly, even though it was all going well the entire time, I had anxiety the entire time. It was crazy. I was like, this is going really good. Jeez, what's going to happen next? I was on the edge of my seat for a debate.
The man had several what we call unforced errors. Like, nobody brought this up. You brought this up yourself, and it makes you look foolish. Why did you do that?
Which things are we going to go through that he walked back? I have a list of just the Discord that I have of me and my friends where we just kind of boom posting the whole the whole thing. But I remember him doubling down on the Central Park 5.
Yes,
I thought was incredible. Not just it wasn't an apology. He said, "No, I did what I thought was right in the moment, and if I could go back and do it again, I probably would have did the." No, it's okay to admit you were wrong. It's okay to admit you were wrong. He's like, "No, I wasn't. I wasn't wrong. You were." You were.
That was wild to me. Yeah.
They got another full page ad this week.
That was wild. And when they asked him about him saying he lost the election, he's like, "No, that was all. I said that sarcastically." It's like, you are so dumb.
I really thought transgender operations on illegal aliens in prison was going to be the highlight. But that man said they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets.
Yeah.
The moderator's like, "I can't let that stand. That's insane." We thought you'd say something like this. We asked in advance. It's just, how did you?
And people believe it.
How did you believe that?
So here's the thing. All racism starts with like just the littlest acorn of a rumor or something somebody heard from somebody So there's this news story going around about a woman who got her dog taken. And she said it was a Haitian person. She has no idea who the who the person was, but her inhibition said, "You know who that person was? A Haitian." And so the person who did it was neither Haitian nor an immigrant. She was a person 200 miles away. And so they take this story and they say all Haitians are taking people's dogs, and they're, again, not Haitian, not immigrant. Haitian immigrants are here to take your dogs and your cats. And what he didn't mention is that the news report also mentions ducks. It also mentions ducks. Nobody talked about the ducks, about the guy who went to city council and he was definitely like a plant for the right. And he's like, y'all not doing nothing. They going down here. I saw a guy the other day. He went down to the park and he took one of the ducks and he cut his head off and then he walked away and he ate it.
Oh no, my pet duck.
Now, sir, why are you telling city council?
So you don't have no video of that? You don't have
no police
any video of that, sir? Like in this day
and
age, you
didn't
think to bring out
you didn't arrest this immigrant you saw?
You just nothing? Yeah. And also, what was the other part that was funny to me about that? He ate it raw too. He was like, I mean,
yeah, oh sure.
Because mind you, people eat that. But he ate it raw, like he just bit into it.
Ate it raw, right there, right there.
Have a recipe.
I just want the head, Crystal. I just want the head.
I just was like, I mean, you guys can tell any lie you want. Do a good one.
Yeah.
Do a good one. But I was telling Alex before when we were talking. Go ahead, Marcus. I'm sorry.
No, Jade was going.
So I'm not going to get on my tangent about why we're talking about Haitians doing anything, but people are still going to demonize all Haitian people for revolting as enslaved people and taking over a country. We're going to continue to do that. So everything that is said about Haitian people always goes back to slavery.
Amen. And yes, they want to try and weaken their people, weaken what they stand for, knowing that they were the first the first to revolt. You're absolutely right. And that's a beautiful reminder that like all of this is connected and they're always out to get us.
You are once again stating that you want the nuclear codes and you believe absolutely insane lies with no proof whatsoever. Like, if I was going to repeat that on a debate stage, somebody better bring me a garbage bag full of golden retriever bones and bite marks. I don't understand. How do you vote for
I will
that?
give Trump much credit for every single question that Trump was asked. He turned it into xenophobia, regardless of the question he was asked. It was immigrants' fault. And it was Kamala's fault that there were even the question that he was asked about the bill that he used his political pull and sway to stop them from signing, even though that immigration bill was total right Republican bullshit. It wasn't pro anybody but them. And they were all going to sign it. They were all just going to do it just to say that we all did something. And he killed the plan. He even circled that back to making it immigrants. So it's immigrants' fault that I didn't sign the immigrant plan that I was. It's like, good for you, bro. Good, hell yeah. Whoever his coach was, it's about immigrants. It's about immigrants.
But I did like when she was like, when she started talking about the rallies and he couldn't resist. We're gonna talk about something else. He's like, I am
yelling. He started yelling. I was like, yo, is he really raising his voice? And she had this face where she was like,
gotcha.
Right. She knew exactly what she was doing. And so I was happy to see she was able to always pivot right back to this is about the people, this is about this is about that. There may have been a few questions where she didn't go into anything, but I was listening to a commentator that said before the debate, she has to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G all perfectly in this debate. And all he has to do is not act like a toddler.
He failed so badly.
He could not make it.
He
couldn't make it. But I also say that like
I'm saying it's not just that she was able to do those things. She said straight to camera all these dictators want you to win because you're so easily manipulated, like I'm doing right now. She didn't have to say that part, but it was right there. It's like you can have this man do whatever you want. He's puppet.
Yeah, he didn't have a good answer for that either.
No,
he did not have a good answer for that. And Jade, you mentioned like she didn't have amazing answers either. But especially there was like the fracking question, which is hard for people to get their minds around. But she was like, "I want to speak to frack," and she let the moderators cut her off. And I'm like, Trump would not have allowed that. I mean, it's a different
3 questions at once, and she got to
you're like,
and didn't get to the others. But it
okay.
did not matter. It's like people talk about the faces she was making, the faces Trump was making when she was just tearing him apart.
Black people make faces, okay? Black people make faces. I'm tired of people being like, "Oh, she's making the facial expressions." Black people make faces. It's the reason why I work in the phone and not in the face part of the service industry.
In the face
I can't be talking to you. Like, no. Me sitting over the counter and on that side of the counter, I don't look like.
I mean, that's a tall ass.
I sound great on the phone. I can sound really happy if you're not looking at my face.
I'm controlling my face right now.
How are you supposed to keep your face like solid? And somebody's over there talking about baby executions, and you're just like,
yeah. But you saw his face. He looked like a damn gargoyle sitting up over the opposite side. So the
man said he had concepts of a plan for something.
That's why I'm actually
for 9 years. Concepts.
Don't be mad at that. I'm
gonna
start using
that. Was amazing.
That's actually my new
thing.
I'm gonna start telling people that I have concepts of a plan. Don't ask me any more questions. I have concepts of a plan, and that's the end of the sentence. And I love it. So I enjoyed watching the debate. I think it went well, but we'll see how it shakes out for the folks. I was talking, and so that's our quick update on the debate. You have one more, Alex?
Just one last thing. I'm just really glad that when he said they're performing post-birth abortion, that somebody finally said that's not effing true. Because something that they have said, and for whatever reason, nobody has said anything about that. That not only is that not true, that we have laws against what that's called. In infanticide, it's called murder. It's called
murder.
It's called murder.
Abortion.
It's not an abortion. It's a murder.
Yeah.
What are you?
It's called.
What are you?
And then also she was like, imagining that someone carries a birthday with her.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing as, in my opinion, like killing.
It's kind of funny in that like they look at the baby, was like, not this one.
Pete Buttigieg had the best answer on that question that anyone's ever given. It was like, when a woman has an abortion in the 7th, 8th, 9th month, that is not a decision that she wanted to make. That is a child with a name. They had planned a future. Something horrible has happened. And you now want to insert government and into that, the worst days of these people's lives?
Mm-hmm.
It's wildly disrespected. Well, okay, guys. All right. I know it's hard to stop. But we're going to pivot to our Marvel content. And our icebreaker question today, a question of the day is, what Marvel movie would you least like to be in and why? Least. Which one sounds the worst? Which Marvel movie sounds the worst to be in? And you can decide what criteria you're basing that on. You just have to share it with us.
Black Widow, and that's easy. I don't want to be anybody in Black Widow. I don't want to be Black Widow. I don't want to be Taskmaster. I don't want to be the red guy, the Russian Captain America. I don't want to be a pedestrian. I don't want to be the mom at the table. I don't want to be one of the grunts that gets beat up by Black Widow.
What about being Black Widow?
Cool. It would be really cool to be the spaceship that crashed. Just be like a sentient spaceship. But that's a different dream. That's a different dream altogether. I would like to be a spaceship.
I don't know how to respond to. I would like to be
That is a very thorough answer to have received that just moments ago.
I also hadn't cast myself in all of the other roles. I figured I was still me. So nobody's special. Just Marvel
you
stuff
Marcus,
is happening.
You still would not want to be in Black Widow.
Just Marvel stuff is happening around me. And
I like that. But Alex, what's your why? Why don't you want to be the mom in Black Widow?
I think the mom in Black Widow had a story that just the levity of what they said she was just didn't amount to anything. Like I don't get a cutscene. I get a lot of stories at the dinner table that was actually subterfuge for what was actually like something happening under the storyline that were never shown. And then there was like all this, you didn't see that we were actually on the same team the whole time. Also, what about the babies in the shipping containers at the beginning of the movie? There were like 40 to 50 to 90 young women who got shoved into shipping containers. And at the end of the movie, we did not resolve that issue, did we? We didn't come back to the babies in the shipping containers. Black Widow just went. I thought the whole point of Black Widow's movie, either that or they were on Alex the spaceship. Ooh, that'll be my name.
Alex. I don't even know. What to do with this.
My god!
No, if they were in the bunkers, they were on the spaceship, and the spaceship crashed to the ground, which means that those bunkers are largely abandoned, and Black Widow did not fix that. And I was asking from the beginning, I thought the movie was about the girls in the bunkers. I thought this was like a human trafficking movie. And it wasn't. We forgot about those girls. We don't come back.
Well, they let them out at the end, didn't they?
No, at the end of the movie, the spaceship crashes to the ground and Black Widow walks away. She gets her jacket from Yelena Belova and just starts her. That's how it starts Endgame.
Yeah. See, I was close to an answer. I thought it was Eternals. Just because. Yeah, but do you want to be in it? Do you want to be on the Earth when you find out the Earth is like a, spoiler alert, giant egg for a giant celestial thing?
I mean, once you know, it doesn't change anything about
what. I mean, but then I remember. Then I remembered Infinity War, and that's the winner. I don't want to be any part of it. That's a horrible place to be. Mm-hmm. It's like, even if you make it through everything, half of everybody just disappears.
What if as a place we just say New York City? I would never want to live in New York City.
Everything in New York City in the MCU.
In the Marvel universe.
Right. In the Marvel universe, yeah.
You can't even get Daredevil's neighborhood. You can't even escape. Like, just going down the bodega. No. You get punched in the face by 6 thugs.
I thought I knew what I was gonna say. And then I thought about Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants.
Oh wow, it's not even MCU. It's just old.
They are
MCU.
And yet they're Marvel.
Magneto
Dark Phoenix is a good one.
They're Marvel, but they're not technically MCU. I guess they own it all now, though.
Yes, and they're bad. They're horrible
to be in, but it's
and to watch.
It depends.
I enjoyed Dark Phoenix in places, but not enough places for me to give it a positive. Magneto shooting guns, and then those guns running out of bullets, and him being like, "Oh, I ran out of bullets. I can no longer use these guns." Made me so angry. I've never been more angry in a movie than when Magneto decided
I've been more angry in an X-Men
no longer use. Turn the gun into bullets. You pick up the bullets and throw the bullets. Turn
the guns
into bullets. What do you mean I'm out of bullets? I can no longer use this gun. That's how guns work, right? No.
No, not when you're extracted iron from someone's body and turned it into a little platform he could ride on. You telling me bullets would stop him? I don't think so.
But Jade, you didn't say
X-Men movie with Starwood.
Jade, what did you go with though? What is the answer? Is it New Mutants, or did you say you think of something else?
I'm just gonna go a completely different place because it's where I was gonna go in the first place. Iron Man 2 and 3.
Oh, that's what Tony said. Tony said 2.
Why
Iron
is
Man
that?
2. What's your why? What's your why for that one?
Tony Stark is a horrible person. And the more I think about Doctor Doom, the more I think Tony Stark is a terrible person. And I don't even want to see Robert Downey Jr. anymore.
Because you're so mad at him. Shout out to Stephanie, who would agree, and shout out to Julia, who would be very upset with that statement.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand, Marcus?
I mean, is Tony great?
No. No.
Jason answered.
What? His
also,
sacrifice matters.
What
the
was
character?
Was Iron Man 2 the dude? What's his name? The actor with the horrible Russian accent and the bird.
Yes.
And the plot that didn't make any sense at all.
Oh, well, his plot made minimum sense. That's fine.
It made no sense.
His dad created the stuff, and Tony's dad took all the credit. That's his whole MO.
Yeah.
That guy got rich on my ideas.
And that would be upsetting.
It would be upsetting.
I don't know why you just don't go to court, but that's fine.
Courts won't get it done. Iron Man to court. It's got money.
That's true. That's true.
And there you have it. Tony Stark is a horrible person.
I mean, he's working.
Did you just prove your? I'm gonna give Marcus the yes, the wrestler. Who is that actor, Tony? Who played the wrestler too? I cannot think of it. But anyway, okay. Well, thank you. And yeah, in the comments, what's the Marvel movie you'd want to be in the least? We appreciate all your feedback on that too.
What's your answer,
let us know what you think. My answer is actually, I think it's gonna raise. Okay, guys, refrain from yelling at me right away.
Here we go.
Refrain from yelling at me immediately. I'm gonna tell you, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" But refrain. And it's Black Panther. Wait, everyone. And it's because I believe I would have been easily swayed by Killmonger, and I would want to destroy the world. So I mean, that's a good save. Everyone, do we all agree?
Killmonger would have shot you in the face.
Yeah.
No, I would have been different. I would have changed him.
He shot his own girlfriend. He shot his own girlfriend in the face in the beginning of the movie.
His own girlfriend.
That actor's name was Mickey Rourke, by the way.
Yes, Mickey Rourke. You can't save him. We don't want to be saved.
Okay, let's all move on because I can feel the feelings. Tony, please stop in the comments judging me so harshly. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, see that?
No, we're moving on.
Correct. The criticism is deserved.
Well, I will say, LeVar thinks that you have a point.
Thank you. Whew. I was getting hot over here. All right. Well, thank you for indulging that question. Now we're going to move into our ranking. We talked about what we like the least. Let's talk about what we like the most. So let me do a quick share. Everyone get ready to be a little bit disoriented. And then we will get into it. So as I'm pulling that up, you can see on your screen that we have a ranking system from 1 being the worst to 5 being the best. We are going to be choosing trilogies and ranking them from 1 to 5. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trilogies. Only 1 can be the best. Now, how we split the rest are fine, but only 1 can be the best. So the trilogies we'll be ranking are Spider-Man Tobey Maguire era, Spider-Man Andrew Garfield era, Spider-Man Holland era, and Spider-Man the Spider-Verse Miles Morales, with X-Men, the 2000s, X-Men Origins, the Wolverine, and X-Men First Class, and Deadpool.
Are we separating the trilogies or all the trilogies from all the universes? Oh God.
So we have 8 trilogies that we're ranking, right? Yes, 8 trilogies. So one has to go. Your favorite will have to end up here by itself. Do you think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the best of all of these trilogies or not? Which of these trilogies is the one to rule them all? All right, let's get to it.
That's my first answer. No.
I have a personal bias.
Okay, where would you put it? Where would you?
Explain your personal bias, because now I'm scared.
I hate Peter Parker. I don't.
Like the character.
I hate.
You're in trouble. Parker. Peter Parker's in all of these.
Yeah, Peter Parker. Right. The way Jay doesn't like Tony Stark, I don't think Peter Parker makes solid choices as a decision maker, and a lot of his choices end up in consequences for everybody else.
See, that's
weird. Why he and Tony are friends. That's why he looks up to him.
He gave him the suit, and then he used that suit to ruin Prod. Remember, they went to Prod and he ruined all those buildings.
I mean, at least his is like localized to a city. Like Doctor Strange wins that vote for me. Just like, dude, you make bad choices, and it's everybody's problem.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Tom Holland's trilogy. Where does it go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently not 5.
Okay, so wait, which is the high end of this?
Are we gonna knock stuff off of this list?
5 out of 5.
Okay. Can we stick it in 2 or 3 for now?
Ooh.
I'm okay with 3.
3. I'm at least say 3.
Okay, 3.
I'm going to advocate for 4 because of these trilogies. It's got probably the highest floor.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna make a note.
The worst of these movies in each trilogy.
Until we get through all 8, this is just a placeholder for me.
Okay, fine. It's a placeholder.
Yeah.
Okay. What about?
Whoa.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that
Maguire. No, I just want you to see it.
That's
crazy. The problem with Maguire's is Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 2 is one of the greatest movies ever made. Spider-Man 3, I still am trying to understand how it got that mangled.
You mean the one where he's dancing?
That's what I'm saying.
The one where he hits Mary Jane in the face.
Spider-Man 2 is so good. So good.
So does the fact that 3 is so bad make the trilogy a 2?
Dragging the trilogy down pretty hard.
It drags the average down.
Okay.
Peter Parker crying so much, in my opinion.
Like,
all right, now we have Wolverine or
honestly, Spider-Man.
Let's do the other Spider.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Is that the Garfield ones?
Because he only did
2. Okay, so
provisionally slot that.
This is Garfield.
Crazy, go nuts.
He only did 2.
5 was the lowest. 5 is the high end on this one, you guys.
5. What? No, the ranking red is in the ranking. The top one is the best one.
Usually, you would think that.
No, top is worse.
I think she said the other way around, which
top
is why
is worse. What?
Yeah.
Red stop, green.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, honestly, the first one of those wasn't bad. The second one of those, I would like to handwrite a request for a refund in cash from everyone involved. I'm gonna need my $8.50 from each and every person involved with the production of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. You wasted my time. I could have been at a party. There was a party going on at the same time I didn't know about, and I missed it to be at that movie, and I'm still mad about it.
Okay. So do we agree that Garfield goes in the worst category?
Mm-hmm.
It's not his fault. He was actually a good Peter Parker.
He wasn't. I thought he was a good Peter Parker, but he's only got 2. It's not a trilogy, right?
There's no
Peter
Parker though.
That 2 was that bad.
Yeah.
Alex, I heard that. Okay,
no knock against him. He did a great job. He was just given really bad material to work with for the rest of the movie.
So does this feel good for now, where we have it, or should I move it to 2?
No, I think it's right where it is.
Okay. All right, let's move to the Wolverines, or excuse me, the X-Men. So,
see,
What about
LeVar
Miles?
said Garfield was a better Spider-Man. I agree.
Then who?
LeVar says
Garfield
was a better Spider-Man, but his movies didn't have the greatest material.
He was very good with the character. He had the sarcasm right, but
the ADHD.
It was just in the wrong time, and they were trying to do too much. They were trying to do so much reinvention.
It was pretty close to, well, maybe not, but it felt like it was pretty close to, well, maybe not. When did the first Amazing Spider-Man come out?
As soon as they were about to lose the rights. No. Sony's like, we got to keep this.
The Amazing with Garfield?
Yes.
2012.
Okay, so it wasn't that close to the original. I was thinking for some reason I was thinking it was pretty close to the third Maguire Spider-Man, but maybe I made that up. But okay, all right. So while Garfield was I can agree that Garfield was a good Amazing Spider-Man. Are we comfortable talking about like the film, the trilogy, or in this case, duology as a whole, does not stand up to the other two series?
It doesn't.
Okay. No, I fell asleep in Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
No, I just...
Okay. I mean, we can always move it, but we'll stick there. So now let's move to X-Men.
Angry.
What about Miles Morales?
Oh, where's Morales? You're right. Let's go to Morales.
5.
Where does Morales?
5.
Oh,
it's incredible.
Yeah.
It is without.
Oh. Remember
Miles Morales? That's a good kid. I like that kid.
We can
Alex
have
is surprised because there are several Peter Parkers in those movies.
Yes.
You're just giving them a pass.
Yeah.
That's the best. Those are both solid movies all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So
he's
by
McGuire's
himself. He
trilogy
stands alone.
3. I want to put it on par with Tom Holland. I want to move McGuire's trilogy to 3. I want to move it on par with Tom Holland.
Oh, okay. Does any objections?
Just move it up.
So wait, movies can share a tier?
Yeah, we got 8 of them to put out here.
Yeah, the only one that
can't. I thought this was like a contest.
Oh,
yes, the only one that there has to. Yeah, there can only be one best. There can only be one best, and there has to be something in every category.
Okay, all right. Well,
so
see how it goes.
All right, let's move to yes, and we can move. All right, so the original X-Men trilogy.
2.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting it up so we can see.
2. 2 for being a great blueprint, a great prototype, but great in concept, not great in execution.
Interesting. Wow. So you remember that one is the worst, right, Alex?
Yes. He remembers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, here's the thing: X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3.
Yes. And zeros bring down the average.
Woo! Hard. I don't know. It's tough because they did a lot of good things in that X-Men. Was it 2000? It's forever ago.
It doesn't deserve to sit with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the problem. It doesn't. It can't.
Okay, that hurts me.
I have nostalgia for it, but like,
nostalgia.
It feels prototypey at this point. It's like, this was the blueprints for things that we were able to do better later.
X-Men was 2000, 2003, and 2006.
Yeah, they were
pioneers.
And they were like the first ones that kind of did like this connecting story again across the trilogies in a way that like was building a universe in a way. Ugh, guys,
I would advocate for X-Men being 3 just because of that. I mean, Aurora is severely defanged,
nerfed.
Yeah. And the accent, Holly, I love her, but the accent was never.
I mean, let's talk about how Rogue is terrible actress.
Should have been Angela Bassett the whole time.
Rogue can't
Oh,
act.
you know
He
what?
can't act
Now
on
that you
that
bring
show.
up Storm,
And yeah, what's her name that plays Rogue? Also, the accent
yeah,
goes in and out.
Awful.
And
Just
and,
like,
and then also the
like
line,
Wolverine.
and that that infamous line from Storm of
What happens to things that are struck with lightning?
Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
that and how painful that
look,
line was.
Look, it was cheesy, but it was 2000. The last time
They
somebody seen a
destroyed-
superhero movie.
They destroyed Cyclops'
2000?
reputation for the next 20 years off of, off of that movie. It wasn't until X-Men 97 that somebody finally put respect on Cyclops' name, because
At least
everybody's like,
in
oh,
movie
it's
theater
Wolverine,
screen.
Wolverine.
To me, my X-Men.
Yeah, that was cold. That was was cold blood. I said, ooh, do I have a crush on Cyclops now? I don't know. It's a cartoon. So then we come to Origins, Wolverine's X-Men trilogy. Where does it go?
Wildly swingy. But Logan is in there, you guys.
Yes.
Logan is bringing the average way up.
But is it bringing it up anywhere past 1?
It's got to be the 2. Logan.
I know that Logan is
so
technically
good.
a trilogy, but I do not count Logan as part of that trilogy. It's a completely separate movie from all of that.
Because it's good.
Like, if I could separate Logan from the other 2, Logan's at a 5. The other 2 are just sub-0.
Yes.
Wow.
But I have a difficult time putting Logan at 1.
I would agree. I would say that the Wolverine and whatever the second one was, that's a whole different thing. And those are number 1. Logan, I would put by itself.
Hold on.
At 3. Because by itself, it gives us Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the only reason though, because Logan was a beautiful
movie. By itself.
Okay, Jay, I just did the math. A 1 plus a 1 plus a 3. The average is 1.6. So that rounds up to a 2.
It does. Leave it.
Yeah,
that was your score. That was your score.
I gotta push it to at least a 2, but that 2 is Logan is doing all of the work.
All the heavy lifting in that too.
All of the heavy lifting on that too is coming.
I would even say Logan is part of the Deadpool series.
Interesting.
I would allow it.
It's not. No. What do you mean? No, you guys.
Because then you have because as part of Deadpool, Logan, you have Deadpool and Wolverine.
You would have to put it into the X-Men trilogy because it is the same Charles Xavier and that version of the character.
I think Logan does enough things that you could call it a separate universe from all the X-Men movies. It's so far removed from those things by like decades of time. They don't show you any of those characters. He could just be a Charles Xavier variant. Nobody has to say that he's like that universe's Charles Xavier. Especially because in Deadpool, they start naming all types of universes. Like apparently the X-Men universe was the 616 universe. That can't possibly be what was happening, but that's what they put on the screen. So I mean,
hey guys, Logan is part of the X-Men trilogy, so stick with it and tell us what you think. And I'm sorry to your what is it? I'm sorry to that man, but he's a Wolverine and he has to be with the Wolverines. Now, with that being said, with the rule being the rule.
Even if you go ahead.
Say you. Also, I want to highlight a comment in the chat that Logan gave us Wade, not Deadpool, and also the movie is bigger and lovelier and beautifuler, not a word, than Deadpool. Okay, that's my getting on my soapbox. Do I leave it at a 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna have to be settled down.
Get another average.
If it has to be settled down by that other work, then yes.
Even if you gave Logan a 5, the average would be 2.3. So it would still be a
It's still
2.
a 2.
Okay, all right.
Like I said,
You guys, I'm sorry to be. Everyone's all
the
sad.
trilogy is a 2, but Logan is doing all of the work.
Okay,
Right.
all right. That takes us to First Class, X-Men First Class. Where does it belong?
That's a 3. That's a solid 3.
It is a solid 3, and as much as I want to push it to 4,
Mhm.
that Darwin moment is in there.
Right.
And
That's what I was about to say.
stay at 3.
Right.
You
It
can't.
can't move up to 4 just because of Darwin.
That's
so
why.
real.
Adapt to this.
Yes, that's so
Like,
real.
I fully expected they could have brought Darwin back in that Deadpool movie, and it would have been totally fine.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Totally worked.
I was like,
Like, oh yeah, that didn't kill me. It's fine.
Okay.
I did not
wasn't
yield.
picking up probably didn't pick up the phone.
So, okay, so that leaves Deadpool, the Deadpool trilogy.
4. I'm fine with it having 4.
It is so different. It's weird that there's 3 of them.
Oh yeah. That's an interesting point. Like calling them a trilogy feels weird.
No, it's not even so much calling them a trilogy. It's the fact that they were able to greenlight one of them and then
Yeah.
a sequel.
Hey, when you make millions
they made
and
a
billions,
third one. And if I know anything about Hollywood, a 4th one is coming. They made so much
Right.
money.
The money's still coming in. So Tony's asked what's the First Class trilogy? That's what the young Patrick Stewart,
Yes.
or excuse me, the
Stewart.
young Professor X, the young, everyone's young, Mystique is in there, those ones.
Well, yeah, so but you also have Days of Future Past in there, which is an incredible movie. Where they blended both the cast.
Yes, Days
together.
of Future Past
is so good.
Yeah.
And the Bishop with no lines.
I'm very
Look, I mean,
what'd you say?
They had 20 people. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, Bishop could have said something.
Yeah, but also technically,
Bishop's deal is how he looks.
Either.
Like, I admit they didn't give the old cast much to do outside of the intro stuff, but yeah, really good movie. I can't complain.
Yes, I very much enjoyed Beast in these ones.
Yeah, Beast was cool. Beast was cool. They finally got a good origin story for his secondary mutation.
The prequels. So let's see. Tony asked, "Are there only 2 in the
No, because
First Class? There's
First Class,
4.
Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, and then Days. I'm saying, yeah, that 3 is brought up a lot by Days of Future Past. Holy crap, I forgot about
Dark Phoenix is in that.
Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse are in there.
Horrible.
Oh, Apocalypse! I forgot about Apocalypse. Hold on,
they're not great.
Take out the
I forgot about Apocalypse.
1 for Apocalypse. What did we say?
What's her name? Olivia Munn.
Dark Phoenix is a. I'll give Dark Phoenix a 2. What do you guys say?
Dark Phoenix a 2?
Yeah, I'll give Dark Phoenix a 2 because I see where you were going.
That a 1. I
see where they were going. What about you, Marcus?
I mean,
I enjoyed Dark Phoenix.
Patrick Stewart looks at camera and turns into dust. That is still a problem for me as a Star Trek person.
Well, was that Dark Phoenix or was that X-Men Last Stand? That's the X-Men Last Stand.
How many times?
So we've had Phoenix twice.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the original, that's when they go to her house.
Yeah.
And she lifts him up, and then he's poof.
Okay,
but
so yeah.
But X-Men.
This one. Oh.
This in 2016 when they go to her house again.
Stark.
Look, I blocked out a lot of 2016, and it must have included this movie.
Dark Phoenix was 2019.
Okay.
That's the one that they pushed back. And it's Sansa Stark.
I would give Dark Phoenix a solid 2. I see what they were doing, and they thought that they were doing something.
Well,
but it wasn't great. But Apocalypse should never ever have greenlit whatever they thought that was, because that is not what Apocalypse looks like. How dare they? How
Dark
dare
Phoenix
they?
Okay, so
must have been a 2 because I don't remember it, and it wasn't so bad I couldn't forget it.
So
I don't
okay, so does that push us?
I
The first one. But if you don't like the second one
down.
and don't remember the third one, what do we do?
But Days of Future Past is so good. It's that much better. It's not quite Logan level, but like considering what they were trying to do and what they actually did in that movie, I'd have a hard time pushing it below 3.
You know what I like the best?
What?
Miles Morales is still sitting at 5, and it is.
Oh, no, it's not. There's not a debate. There's not a debate there. We're waiting on the third one, and when you can get fans to go take as much time as you need, I am willing to wait. It's just
easy, yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
easy.
a 5 for Days of Future Past, a 1 for Apocalypse, 2. Is that okay, Jay, for Dark Phoenix?
And a 1 for.
I love that we're like
and
running the numbers.
and a
We're
1
running the numbers.
divided by 4,
2.25.
Yeah, so it's a 2. The trilogy's a 2.
So rough. That's so
Gotta
rough.
move it down. Sorry, First Class, you don't deserve to sit with Tom Holland.
So are we okay, so I mean, look what we've done here. So every X-Men sucks.
That's a great tier list we just created. We did a good job. We did a good ass job. Good job.
I still think. Oh,
great job.
I
stand by this list so hard.
Look, Days of Future Past is good enough. Look, there's a lot of things we need to split out from these trilogies because some of these movies are being held back by their peers.
Yeah, well, the average is the average. Deadpool is hitting.
Some of these are being held back by their peers.
Bro, Deadpool can't miss, and neither can Into the Spider-Verse. They can't miss.
Do better consistently. That's what that says.
Spider-Verse. I mean, I don't think we have to defend it, but can we just laud it for a second? Just the animation,
spectacular.
The choices, the character design, the story.
I'm giving points to some of these movies for the connective tissue. Like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Deadpool trilogy, and Into the Spider-Verse should all get credit for like how well they integrate. Like First Class did it, but like Deadpool is its own universe. Deadpool 2 is the X-Men universe. Deadpool 3 is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Into the Spider-Verse 2 connects to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tom Holland's connects all of those. Like the writing in those movies, not just to be like their own thing, but to make the greater story good. Yeah. I think they should get a lot of points for doing that.
Interesting. Yeah. And I agree with that, but I also think we're doing a disservice to like the ones that came before, like the X-Men trilogy, the original X-Men trilogy. I am sad to see sitting at a 2 because I would never considered that this could be done without
to watch The Last Stand again once you finish this podcast.
Yeah,
and defend the ability to push that up to a 3 because it's not the one in that list that I'm going to be saying,
your crush.
It's not.
Your crush of Cyclops dies in the first 5 minutes.
Look, he was busy,
but he was
being an extra Superman.
God. He said, I can't be here and there.
Fire your agent. That was terrible decision making. You should have said, this character is great. Fix it. I'm not gonna go
fix it. Okay.
What job did he Ego have in that Superman movie? He's like Jimmy Olsen or something. He was not a good part.
Let's see.
I would have loved to see a Cyclops versus Wolverine.
I don't remember. He wasn't.
He was love interest.
Oh, man.
For Lois.
He was not good.
Yeah,
he did not have much to do.
The guy, the triangle.
You gave up
triangle.
X-Men for this? What was the point? What was the reason?
Was it the bad Superman with the young dude from Iowa?
I'm sorry, what's the good Superman?
Oh, we're not going there, but there is a good one. But we won't. We won't do
I say that first Superman was solid.
Okay. Right.
I was a child.
Yeah,
but
I'm like, okay, but we're not
waiting. I'm annoyed because I'm a Superman fan, so I'm waiting.
Okay. Superman with his underwear on the outside. So okay, can we all live? Do we stand by this? You put your name on this list, this tier ranking.
Yeah.
Jade, are you
100%
behind this ranking?
We can't take Logan out, so
easy.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No thought needed. No. You can't.
I was very. You can't take Logan out.
If those are the rules,
take Logan out.
Marcus,
Logan could go somewhere else.
But I feel like Deadpool is punching above its weight, but because it has different goals, it's allowed to do that. I guess I have to stand by this.
Interesting. Say more. Like, what do you like? Okay, Marcus, say it again.
So, like, Deadpool is punching above its weight. You watch Deadpool versus Wolverine, it is pure sugar. It's pure candy. This doesn't connect to the larger narrative in any useful ways. It's just fun. It's just fine. Okay. But I like you to be... Yeah. It's like, it's not particularly clever. It's just fun to watch.
Right. And it's just a good time.
And it succeeds at doing that. That's what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
But like, the character's motivations make no sense. It's not a goal. Not a goal of the movie.
So would you say that about all the Deadpools or just Deadpool v. Wolverine?
Well, they're all just a little... Yeah, they're comedy focused. The first one, they were trying to do something, and after that, it's like, oh yeah, okay, people like the comedy. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's nice seeing some X-Men.
Yeah, I think the like creation of his story brought. Yeah.
And the second
because I think I agree with you. The first one was able. Go ahead, Jay.
The second one has Cable in it. Slash Thanos, and he did a really good job.
Yeah,
he was excellent in that part.
Somebody has to be the straight man.
It was great to see Josh Brolin play in something like that, because as a Goonie, I remember him as a Goonie. And it's just like, okay, I know he's older now, but he gets to play in this world. Mm-hmm. And I love that for him. And I loved it for me because I like Josh Brolin.
I would agree with LeVar Holmes that Deadpool punching above his weight is kind of his thing. Right? Well, that's what he does. Exactly. His whole thing is that these things that don't seem to make sense, when Deadpool does them, all of a sudden are wonderful ideas and they all work. Just the fact that he understands his character is all that anybody asks of a good, entertaining movie. It is sugar. It's cotton candy. It's kettle corn. It's funnel cakes. It's roller coasters and amusement park rides. But Love and Thunder was terrible, wasn't it?
I mean, it does make me ask the question: why are we asking for so much from our superhero movies when what we really want is just to go in the theater and have a good time?
Yeah.
Tony Bagel's question: how often do you rewatch Deadpool movies? I don't know about everybody else, but I don't rewatch anything. I've watched something once and I don't usually come back. Is that weird? Do other people rewatch stuff?
Well, I think I rewatch.
I love it. Yeah, I love a comfort movie.
Yeah, there are some movies that I will go back and intentionally watch, and some that if it's on, I'll just watch. But remember, Deadpool came out in 2016, and the second one came out in 2018. I feel like we really needed to laugh those years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will say I've seen every MCU
I was, yeah,
movie
and I'm gonna make another plea for my original X-Men because those are definitely movies I've rewatched multiple times. But okay, let's move on. Alex,
I mean,
do you
I watched them multiple times too.
By this list as a whole,
there were so few options.
Do you feel good?
I stand by this list. I think this list is incredible. I think the lesson that this list shows is that less can be more. You know, if you got 2 straight A's like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you can be at the top of your class even if you stand on the bones of your ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
So good for him. Also, Deadpool, the trilogy, just like I said, it is pure sugar. But like Marcus said, the intention was to feed you sugar. A spoonful of sugar, a cup full of sugar, a pot full of sugar. And we all ate it. We all ate it. And it was delicious. It was great.
And we're going to eat it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to be force fed to you. They're definitely making another Deadpool movie. If they have to pour that man in the suit.
Also, Deadpool trilogy is the only movie trilogy of the X-Men that we don't make excuses for.
Also, if I could also say one more thing about the Spider-Verse. Crystal, I'm sorry you started us. The Spider-Verse, especially the second one, brings in so many other people. Again, what's his name? That was Apocalypse, and what was his
Knight?
Moon Knight is also in Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, and we also get Spider-Punk. Is that what he is? Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
And Issa Rae.
I don't remember.
Like there's so many different Spider-Men and women that we get. And it's just such a well done, well written story, which is also important.
And
yes, and
you just get the sense
it's beautiful.
Everyone involved in those movies cared a ton.
No more.
And then
we signed our names on the dotted line. This is our list, and we'll be doing this again next week with the other half of the MCU. So be sure to join us, everyone. Jade, as we go out, do you want to do any announcements about what we have? The house has upcoming for the next week.
Oh yes. I don't have a graphic for it, but if you're in the Omaha area, we will be at Oakview Mall on Friday from 5 to 7 and Saturday from 11 to 7 at the Balloon Haunted House. It's $5 a person, $20 for a family of 6 or a group of 6 people. And all proceeds come to the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. So it's a Balloon Haunted House at Oakview Mall.
Nice.
Sounds like a good time.
And get your tickets for AfroCon.
Well, be sure to join us. Please and thank you.
That's it.
Be sure to join us next week as we finish ranking the MCU. And as always, stay black, stay nerdy. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.